things in the market are dropping, but what's not dropping is going to surprise you. In this video, we're going to talk about market statistics for October 2022. At the end of this video, I'm going to give you two factors in the market that I think are going to kind of explain why we're seeing what we're seeing and hopefully give you some direction as we move forward. Hey everybody, Jason Panos here, Remax Infinity. So market statistics for October 2022. And several things started to drop off. Kind of something that we've been expecting for a while because nationally, they've seen this in multiple markets. And we tend to follow the national market, but we tend to do it very late. What did we see drop? Well, number of homes that hit the market and the number of sold properties over the course of October 2022. In October, we saw about 85 less homes sell in the month of October. We also saw about 100 fewer homes hit the market. So what we really did was sold the inventory that we put on the market. Not a whole lot's changed. We had a little bit of an increase in overall inventory as we went through the month. But what didn't change and what's pretty much maintained consistent is the average sale price. In fact, it crept up just a little bit, about $500 or $1,000 on the average sale price from about $380,000 to about $381,000. That's significant because even if you put more or less inventory on the market and you sell that inventory, everything else should follow suit, where if you're going to see a drop, the prices is going to drop drastically as well, but it didn't. So it tells us we're still got a low inventory market. We just don't have the number of buyers. That's mostly due to the interest rates that we're seeing right now. Days on market drifted up as we expected, about 3 to 4 days more that we're seeing on average on the market. It just exceeded 31 days. Why is that significant? Because your home's going to sit longer if you're getting ready to list. So why are the two factors that matter going into this conversation? Number one, if the house that you're listing was less than $350,000, we saw them move much quicker than we saw them between $350,000 and $500,000. Less than $350,000 and a 3-bedroom home, we saw them leave the market almost 27 days. So about 4 to 5 days less than the average, and they sold for almost 98% of their list price, the highest with the exception of one category. The category that had the highest was a 5-bedroom home over $500,000. Those went off the market at a little over the average at about 37 days, but they actually sold for 102% of their list price. So what we're seeing is between $350,000 and $500,000 is where we're seeing that resistance because interest rates are affecting those buyers the most. They're having to hang out or decide where they want to be. So the other fact that I wanted to bring up is the interest rate category of why that matters and when you need to buy when you're ready to buy. We've discussed it many and many times. If you're ready to buy, don't worry about the interest rate. Worry about the payment. Because if you buy the house that you want in a market that doesn't have a ton of buyers in it, and going into the holidays, we're going to see even a few less buyers, find the house you love, refi it later. Because if the rates start to dip, it's going to cause a small rush and maybe potentially a frenzy if they dip a lot. If they don't dip and we don't get that rush and that frenzy, eventually the buyers are going to understand that this is the new norm. And when the buyer's ready to buy and the buyer has to buy, they will, which means they're going to suck up all this inventory and we may go into another rush like we saw about 10 or 11 months ago. So the conversation that you need to be having is, what can I really afford? And work within those means. Don't wait until the rates. Don't try to play the market because you will get crushed either by the interest rates trying to play it or by other buyers pushing the price up. Hopefully this was educational. Hopefully this was useful. If you have any questions about any of these statistics or what your options are, reach out to me, see what I can do to help you. I'll go over all of this in detail and I'll even draw some graphs and I'll show you what we really saw last month. But it doesn't give any kind of concern. It just means that sellers and buyers are not buying right now. Less sellers have entered the market and are willing to take the risk going into the holidays. That's somewhat expected, but it was a drastic drop. but the average sale price has remained consistent. So it tells us that we still have a high demand of the homes that we are putting on the market. If you have any questions, reach out to me, see what I can do to help you. I hope you have a fantastic November, and hopefully we'll talk soon. Take care.